Hi guys, my name is Abba and welcome back to my amazing kitchen. In today's video, I'm showing you how you can make these delicious chicken spring rolls at home. But first, just listen to this. Yes, I know I am this mean. Well, come along and find out how I made this. I used about 350 grams of chicken breast which I minced with my food processor, but you can just chop it up with your knife. I also have some julienne carrots which are just a shredded carrot, some shredded cabbage, chopped onion. I also have for my seasoning garlic powder, onion powder and some chili flakes, oyster sauce, ginger and garlic paste, some corn flour, and of course my spring roll wrappers. I will list all the ingredients in the description box down below. I also use some glass noodles, and if you are wondering, this is the brand that I use, but any brand of glass noodles will do. First, you want to add your chili flakes, garlic powder and onion powder to your chicken. You want to add your salt, and the salt is of course to your taste, and then drizzle some olive oil on it. And then you want to mix everything together until it is well distributed. So don't try to mix it in like a kneading motion, but just bring it together with the tips of your fingers so your chicken doesn't become dry and tough. Now set it aside and move on to the next step. In a frying pan or a skillet, you are going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil because we are going to make our spring roll filling, and you don't want to use a lot of oil because you don't want your filling to become oily. Now add your chopped onions and saute this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, you want to go ahead and add your ginger and garlic paste, and it is just a teaspoon, but it makes such a big difference in your filling. So please do well to add it. Fry that also, and then go ahead and add your chicken. So now we are going to stir fry this until the chicken is cooked, and since the chicken is minced, it cooks very fast. In the meantime, I boiled some hot water and I'm going to pour that over my glass noodle and let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then it becomes very soft like this. You don't need to boil your glass noodle. Now I'm going to strain this and cool it down with some cold water. So after draining it, I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces with my kitchen scissors so it can distribute evenly in the filling. I now check back on my chicken, and at this point my chicken is about 80% cooked, so I'm going to add my shredded cabbage and then add my shredded carrots as well. These are the vegetables that I like to use for my chicken spring rolls, but if you like bell peppers or any other vegetables, of course you can use that too. So go ahead and distribute the carrots and the cabbage evenly, and then add your glass noodles. The glass noodles add a very nice texture to your spring rolls, so if you can find it, definitely add this. It will take your spring roll game to the next level. And now to season our mixture, I'm going to add some oyster sauce and some light soy sauce. You don't need a lot of it, a little goes a long way because you don't want a very wet filling. You want your filling to be moist but not wet. So to finish off our filling, I'm going to add my cornstarch. And I mix the cornstarch with about 2 tablespoons of water. So as soon as the cornstarch mixture hits the filling, it is going to thicken any excess moisture that is left in there. And this is very important to get that crispy texture we are going for. Now turn off your heat and allow the filling to cool down completely. So once your filling is cooled down, we are ready to fill our spring rolls. So I take out my spring roll wrappers and I keep it covered at all times with a clean napkin. Meanwhile, I'm also going to mix about 2 tablespoons of some all-purpose flour with a little bit of water, and this is going to become our edible glue. This is what we will use to seal our spring rolls. You don't want it too watery, you just want like a thick paste to form. So now let's finally get down with business. We are going to fill our spring roll wrappers. Our filling is completely cooled now. So I take out my wrappers and they are very delicate and fragile, so you need to be gentle with them so you don't tear them. Also make sure to keep them covered at all times so they don't dry out. Place your wrapper facing you like a square. Add your filling, but make sure not to overfill it. Roll it over once and then roll the sides over. Pull it back tightly so your filling doesn't spill out and roll it forward. Once you get to the end, you want to apply your edible glue, which is our all-purpose flour and water mixture. Roll it to the end and seal it beautifully just like this. Let's try a second method. Now place the wrapper facing you like a diamond shape. In the top corner, you want to place your filling, again making sure not to overfill it. Fold it over until you have 2 triangles on your left and on your right. Fold over one side of the triangle and fold over the other side. Pull it back tightly so your filling doesn't come out and roll it forward. Once you get to the end, you want to again apply your edible glue, roll it over and seal it beautifully just like this. Now let's compare the two. So you get a diagonal end and the one has like a straight line. So just experiment with it and find out what works best for you. I made a lot of spring rolls, but I'm going to fry some right away and freeze the rest for later, for those days when I'm having a spring roll cravings attack. And yes, those days really do exist. In my pan, I'm going to heat up some vegetable oil for frying, and we are deep frying, so you want to use enough oil. And once your oil is hot, you want to drop them in one by one. Just make sure not to overcrowd your pot because we want them to crisp up. And if you overcrowd them, the temperature will drop and they may soak up a lot of oil. And we definitely do not want that. So whilst they fry, try to turn them from time to time so they brown evenly on all sides. And fry them until you have that golden color, and then you know your spring roll is done. And when that happens, you will also realize that the bubbles have become really small, and that's how you can tell that your spring roll is done. Now just look at this beauty. This is how you want to fry it, very golden in color. Transfer your fried spring rolls into a colander lined with some paper towel, and the paper towel will catch some of the excess oil. Now continue with the rest of the spring rolls, and if you have any leftovers, you can just keep them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them, and they will last for about 5 to 6 weeks in your freezer. And when it's time for you to fry them, you can fry them straight from frozen. You don't need to defrost them first. So we finally came to the part that I love the most. Baby, I enjoyment one. Yes, that's my favorite part. It's time to enjoy our hard work. So you dip it into some sweet chili sauce and take a bite. And that first bite, oh my gosh, it's so out of the world. Just listen to this. Now, if this doesn't get you running to the kitchen, I don't know what else will. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you've seen how easy and simple it is to make spring rolls right in the comfort of your home. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of this recipe and if you are going to try it. Please share this video and subscribe and become part of the amazing family today. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you in my next video. Bye!